Hey, what's up DIYers? Mike Bors with the Mike Bors channel. Thank you for watching. I am honored today to be working on my dad's 1987 Gravely riding mower. It is the Professional 18G with the Magnum 18 Kohler engine. In today's video, the step-by-step process on how to properly and safely replace your battery. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, here we are on site at my parents' house, and in front of us is my dad's 1987 Gravely mower. It is the Professional 18G with the Kohler engine, and we're going to get right to it. Again, today's project, we are going to show you how to replace the battery. Making our way closer to the mower, and step number one, we are going to remove the key from the ignition. And DIYers, down below in the comments and description will be several links, and one of which, or two of which, is number one, a classic logo keychain, as shown here. We will also have a keychain with the more modern Gravely logo. Come to the opposite side. On either side of the top cap here or cover, we have these little rubber securing grips or mounts. We are going to pull up and lower down, and again, one on each side. From there, and we now have better access to everything inside: our battery, our fuel tank, and all of the electrical wiring and components. Here we are, DIYers, standing in front of the mower, and again, once we lifted up that cover or cap, we gained access to everything inside: the battery, fuel tank, electrical wiring, ignition switch, starter relay, hobs, and more. However, again, we're replacing the battery, and to check our date, 11/17, November 2017. And that battery's old. Time to replace it. Camera now positioned looking directly at the battery, and we are first going to remove the black negative cable from the negative terminal of the battery, and in our case our hardware is a 1/2 inch. And without damaging or harming any of the wiring feeding into the ground, go ahead and carefully pull up and remove that. We'll do the same for the positive. Set that aside. From here, we need to go down on either side of the battery where the securing mounts or plates are that hold the battery firmly in place. To the opposite side of the mower, and I want to show you a close-up view of those little securing plates or mounts. And you've got a nut, and you can see how it grips a hold of the battery. There is a tab on the battery itself, and we are going to carefully unscrew those to a point where we can loosen up the battery or those mounts to pull the battery out. Camera back in position. I've got a 3/8 ratchet and an extension with a 12mm socket, and I'm going to come down carefully and loosen up that hardware. Come to the opposite side, do the same. And all you need to do is loosen up the hardware to a point where you have that additional play where you can move the battery as you shift those lower mounts or securing plates back away from the battery. And this one has fallen back away from the tab on the battery, and I'm going to shift the battery back. That one's completely out, and carefully don't drop the battery or flip it upside down when you pull it out. That would not be good. Pull it up at an angle, get a good grip of it, and carefully remove it. Here we are back port side, and let's go inside the battery compartment or location and take a look at those mounts. Check that out. And the way these work is, there is the hardware, and you've got that threaded bolt, and that goes inside that little hole or cutout and shifts inside that section, which it locks in place and allows you to come up top and tighten that nut without the bottom threaded bolt moving. And it's the same for this side. Time to go get a new battery, and they will require a core, so we will take that old battery and give it to them. DIYers, we are back from the store and an exact replacement battery, and it is dated 8/24 August 2024, and it is literally August 2024, to be exact, August 13th, 2024. And an exact replacement is important because we need these little tabs on the battery casing for our securing mounts or plates to secure into. Time to get that reinstalled. Back to the battery compartment, and as far as the hardware, you just want to ensure that the hardware bolts are properly secured in place and the plate is shifted outward on either side as shown there. Got the camera positioned starboard side, and we are going to carefully lower the battery in place, and do not angle the battery too aggressively, and definitely don't tip the battery upside down. Not good. Coming in again at an angle, and in our case the negative goes on the starboard side, and I'm going to position it properly. And there are little circular indents in the lower tab sticking out on the battery casing, and you want those aligned with the threaded bolt and hardware. From here, I'm going to push it toward you and tighten the hardware. Followed by coming to the port side and pushing that plate up against the battery and over that tab on the actual battery casing and securing the nut. And no need to rush this, go slow. And do not over tighten it. To the opposite side, battery is secured, and now to a close-up view of the securing plates, mounts, or brackets, whatever you want to call it. And very important, you actually have a platform down below that the battery rests on. You might as well position the battery where it's not hanging off either side of that platform as shown right there. And to that side, everything is secured. And what we'll do before we re-secure both the positive and negative cables is we will hook up the voltmeter and test the volts. Camera back position, we are going to carefully twist these little caps off of the terminals. Set those aside, and I've got the Craftsman voltmeter down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this. And I've got the positive first and negative. And as you can see, 12.82 DL wires, that is a fully charged and ready to be in service battery. Next, I'll bring the positive cable up, and if yours is corroded, go ahead and clean it. We will also have a link down below for a battery terminal cleaner. And make sure it is all the way secured on, and tighten the hardware. Again, in our case, 1/2 inch. Bring the positive cover boot over the terminal, as shown there. Position the positive cable inside the frame, followed by the negative. And DI wires, if it sparks, that's normal. Get it all the way on there and tighten the hardware. And both are on there secured. And same thing, just ensure that the electrical wiring and battery cable is inside the frame, so when it comes time to lower this in place, it does not catch or damage the wiring. Taking a big step back in DI wires, that is it. Double check everything, make sure everything is properly secured, tightened, and not over tightened. Wiring is positioned properly, as shown there. No tools or anything left inside the compartment. And go ahead and carefully lower it and close it, lock it in place with the rubber securing mount, and start your engine. However, coming back in again, down below in the comments and description, we are going to have several links on where to purchase replacement batteries and additional parts. We're going to have a brand new fuel tank gauge, and that link will be down below, as well as a link on how to replace it. In addition, a video link on replacing your ignition switch, the starter relay or solenoid, and more coming to the back. An additional link on where to purchase a replacement grass screen catcher here, and that is begging for replacement, and a link on how to replace it down below as well. DIYers, that is it. We hope this helps. We are going to continue repairs, and our next project exactly is replacing that, followed by that. DIYers, we hope this helps. Hey, do us a favor, below the video you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. DIYers, we're inside the barn now, and there is the original from 1987 ride along grass catching trailer. And look at the decals, still look brand new. And if we end up restoring this mower, that thing is being removed from this location, cleaned up, and put back on to a different camera angle. And again, there it is.